They can bring the victim out.
Stay right over there.
Be advised, there's a male and female coming outside right now, coming out the side door.
Rogers Sports Pub is your typical neighborhood bar.
That's crazy. It's real crazy.
But on Friday night,
Big Rob just came in and blasted him when he had a gun to my head, dude.
the noise wasn't coming from the band.
Yeah, it was 2 pops.
At the time, Rogers was full of people.
Everybody was chilling. All of a sudden, black guy runs in ski mask, shoots in the air.
They say 2 more strangers followed.
Guy ran in, put his arms around me and said, "Get on the floor." I thought it was one of my friends messing with me. And then he put a gun to my back of my neck, and that's when I hit the ground.
U-1300 and 201 be advised, I have an M4 in the back as well.
We're told all 3 men were armed.
And he was just telling me to empty my pockets.
Everyone panicked, fearing for the worst.
Not even nothing to explain. Scary, man.
I told him, please don't shoot me because I got a newborn son.
At that point, bullets started flying,
There was another guy ran in the back and they were having a shoot off.
and a familiar face was hit.
Sonic.
I know, man.
We're told 1 suspect was killed. The other 2 got away.
Yeah, they got all that taped off. I didn't know they had that tape. They must have just did that.
It was meant to be a typical Friday night at the bar,
I've never seen nothing like that in my life.
but this Friday, no one will forget.
Just making sure everybody's all right. I mean, grew up with all these people. It's scary, man.
The beginning of rush hour turned into a rush to save a man's life.
Okay, they're packing hose. He's 11, copy, go to rehab, jet clear.
I looked up and saw smoke, so I knew that there was a fire and the fire department was here.
Mike Ward was driving down Taylor Road. He swerved onto Bugle Drive and raced towards the burning house.
And grabbed a 2x4 out of my truck, and jumped in, started busting windows out, and I heard, some people inside screaming, "Help, help."
The cries continued.
Have ladder 12.
I knew somebody was gonna die if I didn't do nothing.
Ward, now getting help from Chesapeake officers, couldn't figure out where they were coming from.
Yeah, I heard the male say, "Help, help, help."
The smoke was so heavy.
I got to the back door, went in 15 foot, and I heard it, but I couldn't breathe, so I just kept popping windows out, hoping somebody would run that way.
But in the end, Ward had no choice but to give up.
I feel guilty, man. I mean, I heard a guy clearly screaming. I busted the windows out, went in the house, and smoke was so much.
A helpless feeling for Ward,
Oh my God.
but an even more helpless feeling for the man's family. Neighbors say he lived in the home with his 2 children. He was the only one there at the time. And as investigators search for what caused the loss, a good Samaritan knows how much of a loss it is.
That had to happen, man. That sucks, man. 2 kids. I have 2.
Hey, there's something floating in the water over here.
It was a frantic search on the Elizabeth River.
Well, I looked over underneath the trestle and there was 3 little boys. They were playing under there, and I was thinking to myself, why in the world is 3 little kids over there by themselves? I didn't see no grown-ups.
One of those, a 15-year-old boy who went under and never came up.
So they're still searching and hoping that maybe some stroke of luck, maybe he's not in there.
Crews from all over Hampton Roads looked for hours for the teen. They focused their efforts around the Clifford Street Bridge near the Portsmouth City Park.
See him over there poking? See him? They're over there poking in the water like this. They take the sonar and they put it down in the water, and then it scans about a pretty big area.
They're standing up there just looking down in the water, and I seen a couple police boats over there in the water, but nobody's over there where he fell in at.
When dive crews moved to that area near the trestle, they found the 15-year-old's body. We're told the water was only about 5 feet deep in that spot.
He was smart, but he done something stupid this time.
Sherry Faulkner says her 15-year-old grandson Gary had such a big heart. Gary was playing with his 2 younger cousins on and around the trestle.
I guess when they jumped in the water, he did too. But it's real muddy down there, I know that. And you can get down there and get stuck in the mud and can't get back up, and I'm afraid that's what happened.
Gary was going into the 9th grade. Family says he had autism, but didn't let that stop him.
What I don't know yet is why they didn't jump in there and try to save him.
It's a heartbreaking end, not only for a community,
It's going to be a very big tragedy.
but also the teenager's family.
I'm gonna miss him, but I know he's with the Lord. He was saved and baptized.